Hello everyone, this is Yokonia, and in this video tutorial I'm going to talk about the Bursar, who happens to be the one heading the accounts department. And in this video tutorial I'm going to explain on how a few features that the Bursar has that the accounts doesn't have. So basically the accounts are basically the same, except that the Bursar, his account has a few features that I'm going to explain in this video tutorial. So when you log in as the Bursar, of course you're going to have these tabs here. The dashboard immediately shows you how the institution is faring in terms of transactions wise and registration wise. So you'll be able to have a look at how many students have registered so far. In addition to that, transactions, you can also download the type of session reports of some sort, and the system will generate that for you and quickly download for presentation and the like. So as Bursar, when you log in your account, this is the first tab that you'll see, just to give you a general outlook on how the institution is performing financial wise. The student finance, of course, as the Bursar and as accounts department, you are the team that's responsible for setting up the fees for the particular services that you offer. So examination fee, tuition fee, accommodation fee, union fee, and the like. So you see it as accounts department, and you narrow down that that process of setting up the fee structure. Then you also decide what is the minimum payment for a student to pay in order to be registered, or what could be the minimum payment for a student to pay in order to sit for the examinations and the like. So you choose a session, let's say for this particular session, for this particular program, let's get this data, let's set up. So we want a student to pay a certain amount of, let's say a student should pay 60% of the total, of the total pay of. So when you say add, you've added it. So that means in order for a student to sit for exams in this session of 2017, they must at least make a minimum payment of 60% in all the the full package of the school school payment setup, which you would have set in fee setup. So this one, at least it helps students, those who can't afford to pay the full amount. The system is flexible so that you have those who can pay installments and the like. But overall, there must be a minimum pay that the students, they should pay in order for them to sit either for the exam or to be registered into the university. So student invoice, here you can generate a student invoice for a particular student or for all students. In this case, let's say those who are on full-time and who are doing degree programs, and the fee type, we want them to pay for examinations. So we're setting up an invoice for examinations for all intakes in that April 2017. So when we generate an invoice, the system, what it does is it bills all these students with the amounts. Did you set the amounts? Okay, we didn't set amounts, but ideally all the 3,395 students will receive an invoice telling them that they need to pay a certain amount for them to either write the exams or be registered into the university and the like. So this is how you do the student invoicing. You do this to cater for all the students that you have in the institution. Of course, you are flexible to change what it is. So in here, it's exam, like we did. So we've generated invoices to these students to pay an examination fee, of which would have already been set by this time by the accounts. Okay, so you have online transactions. Of course, this one has to be integrated with the bank. You'll be able to see how the online transaction platform is working, how many have been paid so far, and the like. So there's no data because this one requires a connection to banking infrastructure, which this module doesn't need to be implemented. Registration request. As the Bursar, you're also going to have a look at the registration request, those who have requested to be registered into the institution. So it's more a number of some sort. You'll be able to see, oh, about 900 have requested to be registered at our institution and the like. Student payment and receipt. This one is just keep track of the payments of students. Of course, a receipt number has to be issued, and you can create that payment for a student. And of course, a student will be billed to pay for that course. So it happens that when you do a student invoice, there are some students who are not on the system and they were added later on. So you can use this feature to add them separately. So in this case, maybe you can say you have that, then you say generate. Okay, we can't use that computer number, sorry. Let's try a different receipt number. Let's try, we'll put 25. Let's see if it will work. Okay, it won't still work. But if it was working, it would have allowed you to go further, even to bill a particular student to pay in case they're not covered in the student invoice module. Then you have account statement, which just give you, you can print an account statement for a particular student, which just gives you a general overview of the performance in terms of financials for a particular student, how the student has been performing generally. So account statement, I'm sure you accountants should know better what it does. Then debit and credit note. So this feature also allows you to, so it allows you to raise an invoice to a particular student, in this case, this one. So it will be able to tell you how that is going as well. So you want to check if a student still has to pay a few things to the institution, you just get the computer number, enter it, and it will show you the history here if there's some invoices that were raised towards the student, or if the institution owes a student money. There are times a student maybe has overpaid of some sort and they're requesting their money. So this is how you can also check if they need to be refunded of some sort. Then refund. Okay, so you come here, you select, you say get. Okay, so refunds raised, nothing raised as far as this student is concerned. So these two are just to see on who owns what money. Do the institution own the student money? Does the student own the institution money? So it works in that way. Then release student results. As usual, like the Bursar or like the Super HOD, the Bursar also can at some point release student results for a particular student. So results have been released, student can now view them. So this happens a lot because there are times when the banking infrastructure or the system is not really working well, and a student has, in some cases, they have actually paid and everything is okay, but they still can't see the results. They can't print confirmation slips and the like. So as the Bursar, you can check through the financial standings and you'll be able to force the system to release the results for that particular student, or of course you can withhold. So this is a bit, just enter the computer number and then you select of the two. Financial clearance, you can clear financial clearance for a particular student after you've done like the refund and the credit note. It's important that you check and you come and clear if everything has been cleared for. So if you clear this, it means the student can now proceed. And you can use this feature also to instances where management maybe has agreed that some students can write. Maybe it's genuine reasons they can't afford, but management felt compelled, like, okay, let's just allow them to write, even if they haven't paid for examinations or registration. So you can force the system here to clear that particular student so that it allows them to register for courses and the like. Then custom report. Of course, this is simply a report you are printing to management, a report you are printing maybe to the Senate of some sort, just to give an update on how you have performed. Student billing. Of course, you're trying to bill a student for a particular, for a particular offense or for a particular payment of some sort. So you just come to student billing. So you select that I want this to be for this session or period. I want them to be paid to tuition fee. Then you just give it a description of your own, just say tuitions, and you add it there. Then amount, it's up to you, maybe it's 4,000. So you add that, then you are done. It's going to add that to that student. So this student, next time they will log in, they'll be able to see this amount reflecting, which means they owe the institution about this much. Again, it's something that as you practice more, the more these things will make more sense. Then we also have the reports. This one is just dedicated reports tab that helps you generate all kinds of reports. So you have an admission report. You want management request to see how the institution has performed in terms of admissions. They can request for reports. So you just generate a report, different selections you can make from here. Then there's also a registration report. Okay, the module is not working. There's also a financial report which you can generate, as a Bursar for presentation to management and the like. Then update password. In here, you're just changing a few things about your account. Being the Bursar, you have this benefit of, if you want this name to appear on the top here, you can change to whatever name you want. You can change the password from here. Now, the cool feature again is that you can also add an accountant in your department. Let's say there's a new accountant that has joined the team. You can create a login ID for them, and of course give them a password, give them a name, give them a role. In this case they are an accountant, so you say accountant, and then you give them that, you update. So basically this is one way. Again, you can update the accountants that are already in your department. Let's say as the Bursar you have 3 accountants that you work with, and let's say one of the accountants has moved to a different department. You can change those credentials from here and just change their role from accountant. Let's say they're now under, they're now examinations officer. So you can also change from here. You can block access. You can change passwords even for your account staff and the like. So this is a cool tool to use as the Bursar. And thanks for watching. See you in the next tutorial.